which is the one thing that I find really difficult to share. But I know that whether it's the Bachelorette or whether it's meeting the love of my life, once I know it's for real, I won't be able to shut up about it.
Hi. It's so
Hi.
good to see you virtually. I know that you're in Australia. How are you right now?
I'm doing okay. I think like everybody going a little bit stir crazy and just trying to figure out a way to cope with all of the madness. I'm definitely grateful to be near family right now, but I'm near but not near. I'm trying to not go actually to see them just in case I'm putting them at risk and I'm not aware of it. So, but I'm grateful that I'm in the country in case anything goes wrong with them and I'm not a 17-hour flight away.
Right. Are you alone then in Australia, like at your own place?
Yes.
Oh, gosh, what are you doing to kind of what are you doing to pass the time? Are you
Lots of Netflix. There is, I'm trying to doing some live dance classes and live cardio dance workouts, which has been a lot of fun for me. And actually just trying to now build more of that content so I can have some great stuff to give people while everyone's locked at home.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to design more workouts and more ways of doing things and even cool little fun dance classes that I can put together for people at home, because I think this is going to be the new normal for a little while, which is daunting. So anything I can do to help me pass the time and help everyone else, I mean, that's kind of the goal right now,
Yeah. I feel like you are kind of ahead of the curve on doing these virtual classes. How has that been for you? I mean, have you seen kind of a surge in people watching and wanting to take these classes? How's that been for you?
Yeah, certainly. My dance cardio series online has had a massive surge of people now looking for something they can do to stay fit and healthy at home. And dance is a beautiful way to do that. And it's also just some fun to have with the people in your house too.
Yeah.
And so I've seen a lot of people reaching out and buying those and now asking for more because, of course, everyone's home all day, every day. We're getting through them very quickly. And I feel that demand for more content. And I love that people are loving it. So I'm just trying to figure out how I can shoot things in my own home and get them ready for people.
And you're the perfect instructor for this. I mean, you're so positive, you're so diligent, you're so creative, you're so good. Is this really giving you more time to figure out what your future kind of looks like in sort of like a silver lining type of way?
Yeah, if there is a silver lining to all of this on a personal level, I'm not the kind of human that slows down. I've always got something. I'm on to the next thing. I'm hustling and going at all times. And it's forced me to sit still and think about, okay, what am I building? Where is it going? How's it going? And what are some things that I haven't thought about? And I haven't put as much energy into that dance cardio, that home workout, home series for a little while. And it's brought back the passion for it, in all honesty, because there's such a need for it. And I've even been talking to my network out here, Channel 10 and Warner, about what can we do to create something like that for people at home every day, every morning. And so that's another conversation too. Life might be about to take a bit of a turn for me. Who knows? I don't know. It's just everything is kind of upside down and it's wild but exciting.
Yeah, there's a lot of uncertainty right now. What are things like in Australia? I feel like I watch the news out here and I know what's going on in the US, but what is it like there?
We certainly don't have as many cases as you guys have, but we also don't have the population that America does. And so, naturally our cases are a lot lower, but I would say that we jumped on top of putting in the restrictions and the lockdowns a lot sooner. And thankfully, because of that, it hasn't spread as badly as it could. I think we've only reached around 30 deaths. That was as of yesterday. And around 5,500 cases across the nation. So for us, it's hopeful that we can get on top of this a lot quicker. When I watch the news of what's happening back home in the States, because America is my home, it breaks my heart because I'm hearing about these numbers of possible fatalities. And it's really, really heartbreaking to know that I'm not there to be with my friends at the same time and just a part of it. So I send out love to everyone every day.
Are you in touch with a lot of your friends in the dancing family right now? I know I talked to Cheryl on Friday and she seemed to be in in good spirits as good as like her and Matt could be, but are you in touch with all of them? And
I am, as much as I can be. We do FaceTime calls all the time. I was on the FaceTiming with Emma Slater and Sasha Barber yesterday, texting with Peter, the Murgatroyd, this morning. I've got, that house party app, fantastic.
it's so
Get
fun.
together with friends, do what you can. If anything, this situation forces us to communicate more. We, in this odd way, we have been spending so much time on our phones for the last decade, right? Our face is in our phone, and losing that actual one-on-one physical interaction with people. Well, now we're kind of forced into having to learn how to interact more with our phones. And I think things like house party and FaceTime, and people having more conversation, less social media, more conversation. And I think that's probably a really good thing too. But it's been nice to have that option to be able to connect with my friends back home, because I've been away since January. Didn't expect to be away this long.
Yeah, that's how many months is that? That's a couple of months.
Yeah, we're heading on 4 months now, and it'll probably be 6 months until I can, hopefully I can come back in June. But who knows at this point if the flight bans will stick and the lockdowns will stick. We have to be sure that this has gone away before. I'm certainly not getting on a 17-hour plane ride until I know I am safe.
That's
not happening.
Not. I know that you were, I guess, in talks. You had told me that you were in talks to possibly be the Bachelorette in Australia. Is that still happening?
No, the Bachelorette has been postponed 100%. Even the Bachelor season that was mid-filming has been postponed and put on hold. We've had to, for safety reasons. You just can't take that risk. Our season of Dancing with the Stars here, we brought forward our finale by 1 week, and thankfully we were so far along in the season we could give a genuine end to the season, and a real winner. And I'm grateful for that. But all of the other exciting opportunities that may have been possible have now been put on hold until further notice. And there's no amount of money you could pay me to be locked in a house with, 25 other people right now. I will stay in solitary confinement. Thank you very much.
Absolutely. I totally get that. Is that something then that you would revisit in the future? Like, could you still be the Bachelorette maybe next year?
Well, I'm not magically meeting my life partner whilst locked up in my house on my own.
Dating's pretty hard right now, right?
Possibly, yes. Yes, it's still a conversation. I never gave them a yes or no. I was certainly leaning more towards the yes side of it. And then all of this happened. So either I'm going to listen to the universe and be like, well, maybe that's a sign that I don't need to. Or if it comes back around again and I'm still single and it's still an opportunity, then probably.
Yeah, you would. I already told you this, but you would be a phenomenal Bachelorette. I feel like you know what you want. You are like the perfect catch. Like, you're talented, you're genuine. This is what the world needs. What about Dancing with the Stars? Because when I talked to Cheryl, she said they don't know what's going to happen. She's hoping for the fall season. But also, like, are they going to have to figure out some sort of way to do this virtually? Have you been in talks with the producers to return to the show?
I don't know how you do Dancing with the Stars virtually. That is an incredible question. Where there's a will, there's a way, and we could figure it out. As far as I know, Dancing is planning on going ahead with their fall season, but these things change week to week right now. I certainly hope that there is a way to figure it out, because I think the world needs that kind of fun, carefree, loving show that is just about seeing people do good and overcoming adversity and dancing, which brings everybody joy. So I hope that there is an opportunity to put that show on. If there isn't, we can't do it in the form that it exists in, I am sure the creative team over there and the wonderful producing team will figure out how to make it work. In fitting with all the guidelines. But that's also what's crazy. This is like the new normal for a while, and we don't want to lose these shows for 12 months while the planet recovers and we make sure that we're free of this COVID-19. So somehow we're going to figure out a way how to the show must go on. And I think if anyone can figure it out, it's the Dancing with the Stars team, for sure.
will you be back if it comes back?
I would love to be. I certainly miss it, and now, especially being away, I miss all my friends. I haven't seen them in so long, and I would love to be, but it hasn't been a conversation. They haven't asked me yet. I'm sure they've got a lot more things to worry about on whether I'm going to be coming back or not. But
And it's still early.
And it's still early, so we'll see. But as I've said before, I have so much love for them, and especially my fam that are competing on the show too. And I'd love to be there. But if I can't be on the show and I can be in the audience, then I absolutely will be in the audience cheering them on.
Yeah, that's why you're the best. You're such like a ray of sunshine, and you're so supportive of other people. I know you also have always like all these other types of projects in the works, like you choreograph for other shows, and you talk to me about these plays. How is this COVID-19 situation affecting all of that kind of work?
I mean, it's really, really hard because all of that kind of work involves performance and people and physical touch and multiple people in a room, all these things that we cannot do right now. You can't walk around in groups of more than 2 people outside here in Australia. So it's like, how do we create these things? Esther is still an option. We are still trying to get to Broadway for hopefully 2021. It's getting that funding to take us to Broadway. She takes a lot of millions to get to there, and it's a long road, but we are still all in on that one. And for now, the direction has changed a little bit, going back to the workouts and what can I create for people that they can do at home in their living room. And so the conversation has shifted a little bit from where it was with the other projects, and new ones are arising. So I'm very, very grateful for that, to be evolving with the times and to have people that still want to create things with me. And hopefully I'll see this opportunity, come to life of being able to help people at home, whether that is learning how to dance, whether that is staying fit, staying motivated, staying focused, because it's really, really hard in a time like this. Yeah. Losing motivation and focus is a really big thing. And if I can help with that in any way, then I am so down.
Yeah. Changing gears just a little bit, I feel like we are in Hollywood and there's such an emphasis on exterior and the hair and the nails and the skin and all that kind of stuff. Not having access to go and kind of take care of those things, are you enjoying it a little bit?
Girl, this is the first time I've put on makeup in like 3 weeks. You know what I mean? I had to draw on eyebrows today. I almost forgot how to do it. No, it's actually been really nice to not have to book the nail appointment and worry about all these things and putting suffocating makeup on my skin and just let everything feel natural and breathe for a while. But certainly when I was putting on makeup this morning, I was like, oh yeah, there's that face that I'm used to.
Yeah.
But I think we got to embrace that moment too. We get so caught up in the hair and the nails and the makeup and the lashes and the look, right? The image. And this is a time to just fall in love with us as we are in our natural and real form and take care of ourselves. It's beauty on the inside at this point too. Make sure everyone is taking their supplements and staying healthy. Make sure that everyone is, even staying focused and setting a schedule in your days at home. Set when you wake up, set when you have coffee, set when you work out, set when you get to go on Instagram. If you give yourself a schedule, it all helps us feel healthy, and stay focused and motivated.
Yeah. I also know that you have a YouTube channel now.
I do.
How fun has that been, sort of building that and creating content for that and sharing more of yourself through a completely new platform? And are you figuring out more time to really develop that for yourself during it?
I'm actually in the middle of putting together a list of new content to film while here at home. All of the videos that I had pre-shot and edited have now been released, and it's time for me to do more. Yeah. And it seems that what people want from me is like skincare regimes and oddly makeup tutorials, which is very interesting. I just put up my first makeup tutorial ever, which was, I would call just a smidge of a fail, but it was just me being a hot mess the whole time trying to figure it out. Those things are hard, and I give so much love and props to the people that do these on YouTube all the time. But being a creative, I'm certainly loving figuring it out and having fun and getting to share that part of me.
Anything that you are hesitant to share now that you are putting more of yourself out there?
The only thing that I've ever been really private about is my dating life. Well, in like mostly like recent years, I used to share everything up until I was about 30 and my last long-term relationship ended. And because that's the only thing where it's like, it's hard even in your own circle of family and friends. You want to have your own opinion, not everyone else's opinion. You don't want to be overly influenced by what other people think of the decisions or the choices that you're making. And so that's something that I've kept pretty private for a while. And so that's why this whole decision with the Bachelorette is a really, really big deal for me, because that's the one thing that I've kept pretty much private. I am down to talk about, you know, the things growing up and the environmental or the mummy daddy issues that we all have, or the acne, or the, you know, all the things that we go through in our learning how to become a whole human. But the dating is just the one thing that I find really difficult to share. But I know that whether it's the Bachelorette or whether it's meeting the love of my life, once I know it's for real, I won't be able to shut up about it. It's just that process of finding him, you know what I mean?
I think you hit the nail on the head, because no one likes to talk about something when they're unsure or like uncertain about something, right? It's not until you feel like you're in a comfortable position with this significant other or with someone that you even want to talk about it. So I for sure understand you on that. But if you do the Bachelorette, you're going to get all sorts of questions.
Not even just questions, it's like opinions.
Are your dancing castmates wanting you to do it?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. They're all like, Emma, Peter, Lindsay, everybody is like, do it. They're cheering for it because, of course, they're huge fans of the show too. And they think that I am crazy for even just like considering whether I would or wouldn't. They think it's a solid yes. And certainly, you know, there's a lot of family members that feel the same way too. But then there's also some family members that are like, do you want to do that? Are you sure? So, but again, this is only my decision to make. And it's nothing against the show. I think the show is fantastic. It's just that one part of my life that I've kept pretty private. Do I want to put the biggest microscope of all time on it?